359. Oh shit, 2000.
Good afternoon, Barnet Council. Glow speaking.
Hi there, can I speak to Tracy Lees, please?
Hold on. What's it concerning,
Well,
sir?
I spoke to their office a couple of days ago. They said they would call me back, but
Did
they never do.
May I ask your name, sir?
Yeah, it's Martin Smith. I'm the one that's at war with you people, and I'm about to go around the streets putting a transcription of Deborah Allday, your ASBO team lawyer, calling me a fucking fruitcake and taking the piss out of my life story.
Just one moment, sir. Let me try her. Hello, is that Martin?
Yeah, hi there.
Hello, Martin. It's Corrina. How are you?
All right, how are you?
Yeah,
Oh,
very
I remember
well.
Corrina. Yeah, you're
Yeah,
sort of all right, you are.
I tried to give you a call back this week because you left me a message, but you wouldn't answer.
Well, maybe I wasn't in.
Yeah, I guess so.
Okay.
Yeah, how are you?
Well, I'm kind of all right, but now World War begins, doesn't it?
Oh, what's happened now?
Well, everything's happened now, hasn't it?
Yeah,
i.e., nothing has happened.
Right,
And
tell
I'm
me all
still-
about it.
I'm-
I don't know anything, so I know as
Right,
far
okay,
as we
in the
spoke.
very beginning, Nanda Grazier picked on me.
That's right,
In
yeah.
her court statement, she says she'd never met Mr. Smith before. She looked in her housing file and she determined I was mentally ill. Now,
Right.
Graham Ambler says that is totally wrong. Edward
right.
Richardson says, no, the sun shines out of Nanda's arse.
Oh,
And then
okay.
Nanda, since all this court case has got, it went to the local government ombudsman.
Yeah,
Right?
oh, did it really?
Yeah, oh yeah, they did nothing. They
No.
said, sorry, the council has done wrong, but there's nothing I can do. So
Right.
I phoned up Graham directly, and then I phoned up Nanda directly, and I said to her, why did you use those words? You should know when his offences took place because you were the offender. And she's turned around and said to me, those words were designed deliberately to provoke a reaction.
Oh.
Now, Edward thinks the sun shines out of her arse. Graham Ambler says, no, she's totally out of order.
Does he really?
Yeah, I've got all the recordings. I record everything.
I know you do, I know.
Right now, I want a meeting with the chief executives. And then, when Graham rang me back offering the meeting,
Right.
my key worker said, what's their agenda? So I wrote down my agenda. I handed it into the council.
Right.
And then it all kind of just faded into obscurity.
Well,
Graham
I-
Ambler disappeared off the face of the planet.
Well,
And then I get Amanda Russell,
Oh, yeah.
and then she starts calling me racist.
Should I tell you what it is? Graham's actually got another job, so that's probably why you haven't heard much from him. He works down at Graham Park now. You
Well,
know
I'll
Graham
tell you
Park?
what. Oh yeah, you bet I do. Yeah,
Yeah, yeah.
Well, look, let me explain something. He was
Okay.
telling me about a meeting to get set up and have a meeting. He never told me next week I'm going to be disappearing off the face of the planet.
No,
now,
no,
Tracy
that's,
Lee,
that's
sorry,
naughty.
yeah, Amanda Russell said, oh, he won't be back for 6 weeks. Then he won't be back for 3 months. Then he won't be back for 6 months.
That's
and then he's
correct.
not coming back at all. So
No.
she has persistently lied to me.
Mm.
Now, I want a meeting with these chief executives because what's going on here is political. You can't have ASBO teams running around picking on the mentally ill.
No, no.
Now, am I going to
right.
get my meeting or do you guys want a real world war?
Oh, I hope not. God, I do hope that it doesn't come to that, Martin.
Well, what do we want to do? Why won't these people meet with me?
I know. Have you spoken to anyone else this week?
Well, no, because I've been getting the election out of the way. Another
Yeah.
thing is, effectively, in the long run, Barnet Council killed my brother.
Oh, God.
He was the
Why?
caretaker that committed suicide last year.
Oh, where did he live then?
I don't really know, on the Dulles Valley Way estate.
Oh, is that your brother?
Yeah,
Oh,
Gary James Smith.
Oh, yes, I did hear about
Yeah,
that.
he
Oh,
got
good.
fired because he threw a newspaper at his wife that contained the names of paedophiles where she was taking the little kids.
And then that's what happened.
And then he got done. He got arrested by a trainee police officer, just like Nanda Grazia, little trainee. She was a receptionist.
Yeah,
Right. He got busted by a trainee police officer. Now I speak to the police. They say that if he had been arrested by a more experienced officer, he'd never have been charged or arrested or nothing. They then took him to Hendon Magistrates Court, nailed him to the wall. He got a criminal record when he was completely clean. Now, if he'd given her a black eye, I might begin to understand it.
Yeah.
But then, because he works at Barnet Council, you guys just instantly dismissed him.
Well, you knew him better than anyone, didn't you, really?
Well, put it this way, I hadn't really spoken to him for 25 years.
Oh, have you not?
But
Oh, okay.
when I found out what happened, this was going on at the same time that Nanda was prosecuting me, and my parents never told me about it because they didn't want to put extra stress on me.
I didn't want to upset you. Oh, that's very considerate of
Now,
them.
this woman's group that's attached to Hendon Magistrates Court, a woman called Tina,
Oh,
then
yeah.
went up. Do you know her?
Yeah. She used to work at Graham Park. Yeah, she used to be the manager there, but she works for this woman's group now.
Do you have the address of this woman's group? Because nobody would tell me who this woman is. Do you know her second name?
Yeah, it's Tina Ward.
Tina Ward.
Yes, and do you know what? I think it's based in Collindale Police Station, if I'm correct.
That's right, because I had
Yeah.
a blazing row with my brother's wife last week in the High Street.
Oh,
She
why?
won't tell-
Why? What happened?
Well, I'll tell you what happened, right? When my brother got convicted at that court,
Yeah.
Tina told his missus, you don't have to wash his socks. You don't have to wash his clothes. You don't have to do any housework. You don't have to cook. You don't have to sleep with him. You don't have to have sex. So he ended up sleeping in the garden shed where he hung himself.
Oh, goodness.
Right? He survived 18 months before he hung himself. His life wasn't worth living. That was the last conversation I had with him. The last conversation I had with him was when he was telling me what the hell happened. And the reason, and when you get fired at Barnet Council, they say, oh, you can always go to an appeal.
Oh, right.
Right?
I see.
He didn't want the humiliation of getting fired twice. Plus, he was blackmailed. He was told, quit now and you get your holiday pay.
Oh, really?
Oh, yeah.
Oh,
Or fight it and lose everything.
Yeah. So he took, anyone with half a brain would do what he did.
Well, what the hell is this Tina doing, interfering with people's marriages? She destroyed that family.
And
Now, I
it's
want all the
difficult for him,
details.
isn't
I
it?
want all the details of this woman's group. I want my brother's employment record and everybody's putting brick walls up against me. This is not just personal about me now.
No.
This is personal on behalf of my brother.
Yes, of course.
I mean, doesn't that court realise the responsibility of its own actions?
I know.
They must have known he would get fired from his £30,000 a year job. And they broke what all politicians and police officers say is the gold standard. Children being brought up in gainful employment.
Yeah.
Now, those kids are being fed Kentucky Fried Chicken every day.
Oh, God.
Yeah,
Not
it's a
looking after them
disgrace.
properly.
You can tell that Tina Ward that when I get my hands on her, I'm going to rip her throat out.
Oh, you mustn't say things like that.
Well, I'm not kidding you. I am extremely annoyed with that woman and that woman's group and Hendon Magistrates Court.
Yeah.
Not one of them has got the balls to confront me and say, oh, this is the address, take us to court. You're all hiding because they all know that they've done a severely wrong thing.
Wow.
And yet they were in the Barnet Press 6 weeks ago going, oh, we're going to fast track all the cases. That is because they are ignorant and they don't want to go through people's defence.
Right, what do you want me to do for you now?
I want
that
a
I'm
meeting
on the
with
phone?
Tracy Lees and I want to get Nanda Grazia and Edward Wichhausen fired. I think they should never be ASBO officers. They have turned you lot into the Gestapo.
Oh.
Right? Did you know, I didn't know this when all this was kicking off 2 or 3 years ago, did you know that London Borough of Barnet is the only borough that has eliminated all land use for the travelling gypsy public?
Oh, I didn't know that.
Yes. Brian
No.
Coleman was on the telly. Lots of people complained to the police about him. That's why he's standing down.
Oh, is that
Now,
so?
isn't that what the Gestapo were doing in World War One and Two?
Certainly is.
Can you
yeah.
possibly imagine if Barnet Council run the rest of this country, what they're going to do then? Push these people out into the ocean?
Yeah.
You are working for a fascist regime.
Oh,
This has been going on with the gypsies. It's been going on since 1978, and I know this because I used to live on Adonis Valley Way when it first opened.
Oh,
Barnet
did you?
Fair was next door to us. The gypsies used to travel with the fair, and then the council started blocking off all the fields one by one.
Oh.
It's taken you guys 30 years to achieve this goal.
Right,
Now,
let me...
if this was the BNP, it would be
Yeah.
worldwide news.
Oh, I'm sure it would be.
Now,
Right,
yeah.
you wanted a meeting with her then,
I want a
did you?
face-to-face meeting with Tracy Lees. I want her to listen to what I'm saying, just like you do.
Yes.
I mean, I know I'm talking a little bit rapidly right
No,
now,
it's no problem. I can understand
but I'm
everything you're saying.
totally coherent, aren't I?
Yeah, yeah.
I want
yeah.
it recorded so that we all get a copy of what's said afterwards.
Okay.
Okay, because when I write letters, I get nothing.
No, is that what you found?
Oh yeah, no, you asked Sheila Oliver.
Oh, yeah.
All right, it's not just Edward and Nanda; it's Sheila
Oh,
and
it's
Margaret
her as well.
McPeak,
Oh,
and
right.
that Semitic woman, that Semite who answered Margaret McPeak's phone. I want her fired.
Who was that, sorry?
I don't know her name. She made a statement against me.
Oh, really?
Yep. She called me anti-Semitic. She told the judge to evict me and imprison me.
Oh,
And yet, when it got to the day of the trial, they come running up to me going, "Oh, look, good news, you won't be going to prison." I'll tell you why, because Bob Huffam accidentally got his hands on the original phone call, where I was not anti-Semitic. That woman was totally intolerant.
Yes, yeah.
She told me to be careful what you say, because she's Jewish.
Oh,
Now-
who said that, I wonder?
Oh, I'm going through my paperwork now, looking
Yeah,
for it. But she was
yeah.
Margaret McPeak's PA. She was answering the phone. She said to me she didn't know where the files were because she'd only been in the job a few days, and that I should be careful what I say, because she is Jewish.
I don't know who you mean there, Martin.
Well, I tell you, when I
never
find
thought
that bit of
about it.
paper, you can tell Margaret McPeak's office that I am going to bust you lot.
Okay, all right. Well, is this the phone number that I should call you on, the 1685?
Yeah,
at the end?
please.
Okay, well, I'll try and speak to Tracy and we'll see what we can sort out,
This
okay?
is extremely serious because the
Oh,
Barnet
I
Press,
know.
the Barnet Press have said they're going to publish this. Now, I've just seen the Barnet Times. You got 3 or 4 page spreads.
Yes,
Well,
yeah.
I've got an internal report now. It says that you lot have been corporately, culturally discriminating against me.
Right, well, we need to put this to an end.
The
then,
person who
don't we?
put that report together was Katie Kennelly.
Oh, yes, okay, she's for the council, yeah.
Yeah, she's
okay.
Adult Social Services.
Yeah, that's right.
And
All right,
she wrote a 12-page policy document
Yeah.
of changes. So what's happened?
Well, I don't know.
Yeah, nothing.
No. Okay, right, let me speak to Tracy and we'll try and sort this out, okay?
Okay, it's very, very serious, and I reckon it's going to
know.
take a day, and I want it recorded.
I know. Okay, Martin, I'll speak to you, okay?
Thank you very much,
All
Corrina.
right, see you
Thank
then.
you very much.
Bye.
Cheers, bye.
Bye.